Previously, in last episode, I killed Salah and the Twisted for 50 Sinister Keys so I could get herbs to train my herb lore and make prayer potions. With the goal of getting more herb lore XP so I could make my own super potions, I went and killed imps in God Wars dungeon to get 10 grain to complete Edgar's ruse. After training my woodcutting and thieving, I also completed Grim Tales for more herb lore XP, along with the Dwarven Helmet that gives +6 crush bonus, so then I can use this at Vedion. With the news of the Wilderness rework happening, I went to Barrows to finish off full Verax so I could kill Venenatis, thus unlocking an easy way for me to kill all 3 Wilderness bosses now. So let's get to killing the Wilderness bosses before it all gets changed.
Oh yeah, this is my boss locked account. I started this account as a fresh Iron Man and have been leveling up my skills and obtaining my gear through bosses, their drops, and their content. My goal for this account is to obtain some of RuneScape's best in-slot gear within my restrictions. This means I'll have to do many different and difficult bosses and go for some random drops from these bosses to progress my account. If you want to watch the series from the start, click the playlist in the top right of the video, and the rules will be down in the description.
For the Diamond Bolts E, that is my best way of getting them currently because I cannot make them myself. That's the first notable drop I've had in 25 kills, so yeah, these Diamond Bolts are going to be really, really useful when I have to go to Sarah. The Diamond Bolts and the Unicorn Horns are the 2 main drops I'm looking from here. Obviously, the Treasonous Ring as well would be great, but yeah, the more Diamond Bolts and the more Unicorn Horns I can get doing this grind, the better. Just before we get too far into the video, let me talk about this episode's sponsor, HelloFresh. Let me just say that HelloFresh is really good. I've recently moved out with my girlfriend, and we've been ordering HelloFresh every week, just because it's made life so much easier, and the food is great. I am not a good cook, but with HelloFresh's meals made simple, it becomes so easy. With the ingredients already portioned out and the instructions super clear, it's like doing a quest guide, but for cooking. They have really great meals too, and I have yet to have one that I don't like. It does help that I can pick my meals every week with their weekly changes of recipes, and HelloFresh also lets you pause your subscription so you can skip a week if you're out of town. Of course, you can also cancel anytime. Plus, with Calorie Smart, quick meals, or family-friendly meals to pick out of, what's not to love? So if you're thinking about getting yourself HelloFresh, make sure you use my code ZAYZ for $200 off or click the link in the description. That's a whole $200 off if you use my code or click the link in the description. Thank you, HelloFresh, for sponsoring. Oh, there we go. Sick. I just talked about this last clip. That is the 100 Unicorn Horns. I am straight teleporting out of here. So that is my 100 anti-poison sorted. Really, really good. So 20 kills under drop rate for the first set of them, since they are a 1 in 64. But yeah, this is going to be 100 super anti-poison 3s, which will be absolutely amazing for Zulrah. And the main reason why I wanted full Verax so I could grind out Venenatis is because of these. So I just got an easy clue as I was AFK fishing just while I was editing some stuff. So thought I may as well open it. I always record these, but half the time you don't see them because the clues are trash. So we'll see if you'll see this one. You will. That is a really, really good clue scroll for me. Bandos pages are the thing I'm looking for because that is the best way for me to get a strength bonus offhand, being the Bandos book. So getting started on the pages is great. And a Saradomin robe legs is also really, really good. No way this has just happened again. Why the fuck do I get pets all the time? I don't even want this. What KC is this? 81. I'm not going to get the ring or anything. Why do I have luck when it comes to cosmetics? Let me just add this to my tab just here where it shows my sick pets and my sick cosmetics now. I'm so glad I keep getting pets at ridiculously low kill count. It's great. Another thing about this pet is I have one on my Iron Man. And can you guess what KC I got that at? It is 7. 7 KC on that account. Now I've gotten one at 7 KC and 81 KC. I don't even like pets. I just want uniques. So I went over to Callisto to do some more kills because I needed something that I could AFK a bit more when I was playing something else. With the kills here being about 15 minutes on average, I'm not risking anything here, unlike Venenatis where I risk my flail if I'm not protecting item. So this was just a bit more chill of a boss than what Venenatis was. So, this might not be the spot you're used to seeing Callisto killed, but I had only gotten 3 kills in 2 hours of doing Callisto at the known safe spots. So I tried to look at finding a new safe spot for the boss. First, I tested its aggro range, which was massive, then tested where it could and couldn't attack me, which led me in line with the wall of Enekal, and after that, I got it stuck on the skeleton by running through Enekal, and then now I'm just safe spotting it. The best thing about this method is that this area actually provides free prayer regeneration, so I can use prayer for the whole kill and not get found by PKers, because this is a safe spot I have only just made and it is not known. So I have finished up Callisto for now. I will say it is currently the 20th of January and the Wilderness boss rework happens in 5 days. I spent much longer at Callisto than what I wanted, but I did get some good loot, so here's that on screen. I am going to try and stay at Venenatis now for the next 5 days to stack up some more unicorn horns and hopefully pull a ring along the way. Okay, that's a dragon pickaxe from here then. Let's leave so I don't lose my Verak things. This was actually one of my last kills on Venenatis. Today is the 25th, and the update is only a few hours until it's happening, so I didn't get many more kills or any good loot to show. But with the Wilderness bosses being reworked and changed, with the new uniques being added to their drop tables, I believe it'll be really busy to even attempt killing them in the first few weeks. So I'm going to sit it out and watch while other people figure out the bosses. I really hope they don't change the drop tables, because the Wilderness bosses are my only way to get some items like the Mortmire Fungus and the Unicorn Horns. It would really suck if they took them away and I couldn't make super energies or anti-poisons in the future. But I'll just have to wait and see in time. I will put the loot on screen for what I got from Callisto and Venenatis by the end of my grind. It didn't track all the Venenatis kills because I ended on 227 kills and it only got about 170 of them, but you get the idea of the loot. It sucks that I didn't get a ring from the bosses, especially the Treasonous ring from Venenatis, but I can get one of them in the future. Since I am now done with the Wilderness bosses for now, what's next? Well, I plan to start using up the resources I got, but to do that, I first need to get some levels, quests, and items. The items I want is some Aram's pieces from Barrows. I first want to use up the Unicorn Horns for the anti-poison potions at Zulrah. Since I am so inaccurate with Split Bark on Zulrah, I want a mage upgrade first, which will help me there and at Tombs of Massacre when I go back there. For the levels, what I need is mining. So I can get 61 mining so I can use the 5 dragon pickaxes I now have so I can do Lunar Diplomacy along with Dream Mentor to unlock the Lunar Spellbook. I do also want to do Family Crest to unlock the Goldsmith Gauntlets to use up the over 3,000 gold ore in my bank, so I can get my smithing up so I can repair my Barrows armor, which will make it much cheaper, because with how much it costs right now, it is a lot. The cooking gauntlets from Family Crest will be great, since it will let me have a better chance of cooking my food, which I've been waiting for and why I haven't actually been cooking all my food that I got from my Temporos grind. But with the plans laid out, let's get into some Barrows. It's been a while since I've seen an item, but yeah, we get the duplicate, but at least there's an item, I suppose. It's, I've come back and probably done 20 something KC. I'm not sure. I haven't actually counted. It might be a bit over, somewhere between 20 to 30, but yeah, seeing a unique is not a unique. Seeing at least a Barrows item is nice, even though it's not a unique, but oh well. Oh my god. I cannot believe I just got that. A double chest again? Into getting a double chest with Verax into that? That is insane. I couldn't get the recording on quick enough, but I got it. That's amazing. Oh, so that was actually really unfortunate timing of when I just got that Aram's robe top, because I was actually in a Discord call for like YouTube related things right when it happens, and I was gonna not go into the crypt until I finished the call, but I completely forgot and went in there and got up to the chest, and I was like, oh, I bet I'll get the item this time. And then I literally did. So the recording was a little bit late on it, but that's all right. At least I got it. I'm happy about that. And of course, it was a double chest with the Verax flail again. Well, not the Verax flail again, but a Verax item again and an Aram's item. Yeah, I'm just happy I got it. But yeah, the stats on this thing are so much better. I get plus 60 magic attack bonus over plus 40. So I'm getting an extra plus 20 magic attack bonus, which is like 50% better than this. So amazing, amazing stuff. It's also the same weight, and Aram's is known for having a high weight on it, and Split Bark is also really heavy alongside it. So that part's not bad, but now that I have this, I'm going to go quickly do my back-to-back to see if I get anything. And after I do that back-to-back, I'm actually going to start making some anti-poison potions and just head straight off to Zulrah. I have a fair few Irits in my bank here to make the super anti-poisons, so I will go do this back-to-back. I'll go do a farm run because I have some Irits planted, and that should get me up to the 200 I'll need for the Unicorn Horns. So this is the gear I'm going to be taking in. I got the Aram's hood, body, and staff. I want to use the staff because of the extra magic bonus of the staff over an air staff, and it also gives me a magic damage bonus and lets me hit 31s instead of 30s. So hopefully with this gear, it's much easier here. Okay, that's going to be an incredibly fast kill. 240. That is a really, really quick kill. I thought it was fast, but yeah, I just bet my personal best by 30 seconds or something like that. I was hitting like a truck on that one, so that was a good one. At least I know I can get well under 3-minute kills, so that one felt really nice. Let's hope for more of those. Well, I have managed to die at Zulrah. I got really unlucky with my hits, and I didn't replace my Ring of Recoil because I thought it would be fine because it had 26 charges, and I usually only use about 20. I got up to the second Jad phase, and I didn't have a Ring of Recoil left, so it kind of sucks, but yeah. So now it's time to say goodbye to these 3 dragon pickaxes. I'm just going to get rid of these so I can have the money in the coffer so I don't have to spend any of my money anymore. I've still got 2 in my bank, so that's going to be fine, but I'm going to sacrifice them while they're still worth a bit more after the wilderness update now. So I'm going to get 15 mil in my coffer, which is going to keep me going for a fair while. Goodbye to those 3 dragon pickaxes, but they will be spent on all the deaths that I'll have in the future at future bosses. So it's really good. I don't have to spend my own money anymore, which was kind of draining low from some of the deaths over time. Oh my god, I was going to record because that was a PB and I get an Onyx. Oh, okay. Unfortunately, it's a unique. It's not the most useless one for me. That one's probably the Magic Fang. But at the same time, I will not be able to use this Onyx for a very long time. I need 2 Onyxes because they are my best in slots. My best in slot glove slot is a regen bracelet. So that's 74 crafting or something. And then, oh no, it's like 80 or something. I can't remember. But then my next best in slot is obviously a Fury. So I'm going to need 2 Onyxes. But yeah, that's definitely something for the first unique. Yeah, PB along with the Onyx as well. So yeah, it's good to have. It's just going to add to the bank value a bit more. But for now, not useful. I'm going to need a lot of resources on this account to eventually make a bracelet as well. I think I need like somewhere close to even get up to 74 to make a combat bracelet. I think I need somewhere close to 18,000 gold or silver to be able to get up to 74 crafting just to make the Dragonstone bracelet. And then I need another further 10 levels to make the Onyx bracelet, which is going to be a massive amount. It's going to be probably over, I'm going to say probably close to 30,000 gold or silver if I'm going to get up to making a regen bracelet. So it's going to be a very long time till I can use it. I would have much preferred getting the Serpalm, but at least it's good to see something well under the drop rate at 60. So let's hope we get luckier. I've had to come and do some air rune crafting now because I'm completely out of air runes to use with my Aram staff. I tried using an air staff in place of it, but it was really inaccurate without the extra magic attack bonus. So I thought I might as well just come here, make some more air runes to finish off the last 5 kills that I can do with the amount of anti-poisons I have left. That's 30 rune crafting. I'm gonna stop here and go back to Zulrah now since I have about 5k air runes again, and I got 7 rune crafting levels just from this small grind. I wanted to end on more of a high note, but here we are. That was my last attempt I could do, so oh well. So yeah, that was the last attempt I could do. I completely ran out of anti-poisons that fight, and I had no DPS. Like, I was completely out of food. I was up to the second Jad phase just after that little bit. So that was probably like a 5.5 minute fight up to that point, which was really long. But yeah, that's the last of the anti-poisons that I have now. I can check just here, and yeah, I've only got 1 anti-poison potion and basically no more super anti-poisons. But I do have antidotes, which I could get 1 more kill with these currently, but I'm just going to leave them, and I could get a lot more kills with the antidotes. But I am going to leave it there. I have another plan for what I want to do now, and I will go back to Zulrah in the future. I need to craft myself some more air runes because I only have like 3,000 or so left. So I do plan to make more in the future, but for now I am just going to stop and I'm going to go do something else. And I will show you what that something else is in just a second. My plan involves mining in TOA again. What I want this time is 61 mining. This will let me use a dragon pickaxe here and at Chambers of Xeric in the future. But I'm not just here for mining for that reason. You might remember a few episodes back I got thread. Now, with 60 mining, this will unlock the Lunar Diplomacy quest for me. I do still need a few crafting levels too, but I'll sort that out very quickly after the mining levels. Lunar Diplomacy will unlock me the Lunar Spellbook. This will have many uses for my account in the future and will be the only other spellbook I can unlock on the account because the others are blocked by quests and I can't do those quests because of item requirements. Of course, I'll also do Dream Mentor so I can completely unlock the Lunar Spellbook. To get the crafting level needed for the quest, I'll be using up my gold ore, since I have over 3,000 in my bank from the Wilderness bosses. I will be doing 1 quest before I use that up, which will be Family Crest so I can unlock the Goldsmith Gauntlets, which will let me get more XP when making the gold bars, and will get me around level 58 smithing from those alone. So this is my plan for my downtime or AFK time, since I've just started streaming again recently. Twitch link in the description, by the way. I will be doing some of the new rework worldy bosses, mainly being the reworked Vedion, but I'll explain that when I'm doing some kills. And that's 53 mining. Odd level, but that means I now have 1500 total level. Might come in handy in the wilderness with the 1500 total level worlds now. But the mining here isn't actually going too badly. I can get about 20k XP an hour if I concentrate. It actually became a bit less when I was only using the rune pickaxe because when I mine the middle pillar, I'd be doing more damage for the same XP, and I could 2 down it then. But if I pick up a bronze pickaxe and drop my rune pickaxe, so I can 4 down the pillar, and then I die before I kill the pillar and just repeat, which has made me get more XP. So I think dropping the rune pickaxe is giving me about an extra 3k XP an hour. Like I just said, I might be doing some Vedion in between, and here we are. Now you might think that wearing full Guthans is a bit weird for Vedion, but let me explain. I want to wear Guthans because of the passive effect, which has a 20% chance to proc, and will leech the target's life for as much as I hit. So hitting a 20 equals a 20 heal for me. With the stats of the spear being the same in slash, stab, and crush, I feel this could really help me on Vedion with using very little food. So I'm gonna give it a go for some attempts in this armor. With Vedion also being reworked, its drop table has also slightly changed, but nothing on the previous table has removed. Something I was very scared about happening. I'll just get slightly less than what I would have if I was killing the old Vedion. But this new Vedion is much quicker to kill with its new mechanics and the reduced HP of the dogs that are spawned. For some reason, I've noticed in my few kill attempts on Vedion that my Guthans isn't proccing on Vedion himself, but it is on the dogs. I haven't been able to get a kill with all the PKs around, but I have done a bunch of hits, and I haven't had a single one proc. Not sure if this is intended or not, but I am going to go back and use the Cudgel and the Dwarven Helmet now. There we go. That's the first Vedion kill. First new Vedion kill. What? I don't need this. Why? Why did this... Why did that happen? That's like a 1 in 200 or something. I can't get the scepter ever, so it's just useless. Oh, great. You know, 1 in 700. Oh, yeah, because it's the solo boss. So it's a 1 in 700 drop. And I just got the skull. Oh, man. That's something. That can just add value to the bank, I suppose. If I can't use an item or it's a cosmetic, the game just hands it out to this account. But, like, anything that's useful, nah, fuck that. You can't get that. I tried to solo the multi-Vedion, but it didn't really go great. Between the PKs and the extra defensive stats of the multi version, it just wasn't worth it. So I'll only come back here in the future when I have some other people to do it with. I was streaming, so I decided to do some multi-Vedion with viewers and clan members, which went really well. I do get less loot because the amount you get is based off the damage you do. So for example, I only do 15% of the total damage to Vedion. During a kill, I'll only receive 15% of the maximum loot of that item. So if the maximum gold ore you get is 500, then I'd only receive 55 gold ore. So doing the multi one, I will receive more variety of loot, since it is quicker to kill, but I will receive less of that item. Plus, I will be getting less XP since the multi version has higher defense, and I'll be hitting a lot less compared to others in good gear. That's the first drop of Mort My Fungus. A low amount because I'm only getting a small percentage of damage done though. But that does mean I can start making super energies now, which is great. This was the final kill of the multi-Vedion I did this stream, and did want to say that it was extremely fun to do and a nice change of pace. But I will say that since my gear was so much worse than others, I would have been able to receive more loot if I stuck with the solo version, and I imagine I would have had a better chance for uniques. So in the future, I will try and kill the solo version more and only really do the multi version if I feel like it on some streams. I will say though, that Jagex did an amazing job with the boss reworks, and Vedion is now one of my favorite bosses to kill in the game. There's 61 mining. Now I'll be able to wield a dragon pickaxe and I can store one inside for use when I come back. Now I can finally leave here. What I want to do now is lunar diplomacy, but I still need to get myself up to 61 crafting, and I'm currently 56. My best method of training crafting is with gold. With the 3000 ore I have in my bank, I can easily get that level. But first, to get the most out of the gold ore, I'm gonna go do Family Crest. So I have a really odd grind to do before I can actually do Family Crest. I need shrimps for the quest. I obviously don't have any, and my only way to get them is from beginner clues. And after looking it up, I have found out that I can get them from Scorpio Offspring at a rate of 1 in 100. Now to hope I get them pretty quickly. Oh, shrimps. Oh, perfect. All right, we're done with that grind then. That was pretty quick. Very good. Got a collection log, which was 100 collection logs on the account, which is actually kind of big at the same time. And we already got the shrimps we needed, so very quick grind. So let's actually go and do the Family Crest quest then. Finish Family Crest. Now I get myself the steel gauntlets that I can change into either gold or cooking gauntlets. But I am going to do the mini quest so I can have all of them at once. Now I just have to pay 500k and that is the mini quest completed. I will just have to go grab my goldsmith gauntlets and cooking gauntlets, and then I'll be able to get my extra 2.5 times the XP for my gold. The cooking gauntlets will offer me a higher chance of cooking sharks in the future too. Unfortunately though, it doesn't work for sea turtles or manta rays. I wanted to get straight into smithing my gold, but I was streaming the progress, so I went over to Vedion again. By the way, the link is in the description. What? Why another one? What is this place? Why? That's the second one I've got. Oh my god. Look at this collection log from this boss. Calvarian and Vedion. I've gotten 2 skulls from Vedion in 44 kills. What are they? Like a 1 in 700 or something from the solo boss? So I've gotten 2 of the skulls of Vedion, which I think is rarer. No, it might be on the same drop rate as the Ring of the Gods. So I think getting the skull, it's like at 50-50s between the ring and the skull. So I've rolled close to the same thing twice, and they have both been the skulls instead of the ring, which is unfortunate. But yeah, here we are, bank value again, I suppose. With that inventory completed, that's all my gold ore. I got up to 59 smithing in the end. Now it's time to start my crafting training with the gold. I did all my bars here instead of blast furnace because I just wanted something AFK to do, and this is so much more AFK than blast furnace. And that's the crafting level I needed. I'm going to keep crafting and use up the rest of my crafting supplies, and then I'll go for the quest. I've finished up my crafting now, so I'm just making the last item I needed for Lunar Diplomacy. I finished on 64 crafting and have about 2 more crafting levels in my bank, but I just really wanted to get this quest done now. So the thing I was scared of the most in this quest, when it said on the wiki that I need 2 things of thread, has not come true because I only have 1 leather left and I only have 1 other piece left to make, which is the boots, and I still have 1 use left in my thread. So in the future, if I want to use 1 use of my thread for some reason, I can. There we go, that's quest completed. And of course, my client has decided to crash. Typical of it, just like Beneath Cursed Sands quest. But, oh, there we go, it's finally completed. The 5k rune crafting XP is actually pretty nice. But the other thing that's really nice about the quest is the Lunar Spellbook. So 33 rune crafting. I can also pray to the altar and be on Lunar Spellbook now. But the main thing I want this spell for is the string jewelry right here. Now I'm going to be able to string my inventories of salve amulets and do as much of Edion as I want to do. Because I'm not limited by the balls of wool anymore, because this doesn't need any of them. It just uses runes in exchange for balls of wool. So now I don't have to worry about losing salve amulets at Vedion. I can get the extra 15% damage I want from it. So that is perfect. And then, yeah, there's some other good things here. Spin Flax might come in handy. And yeah, I also do have to go to Dream Mentor as well, just because I want to completely unlock the spellbook. So I'm going to start working on doing Dream Mentor now, since I am already here. So I'm going to come back after I finish that quest. That was a much faster quest. Now I have full access to the Lunar Spellbook. The spells that were unlocked from Dream Mentor aren't that useful currently, but in the future with a staff that has an inbuilt spell, Humidify and Cure Me will be useful spells for some bosses. But the most useful spell being the String Jewelry spell. In the future, I won't have to kill imps for balls of wool to string my own jewelry. I can just trade off 2 astral runes to string them. This means I'll be able to string as many salve amulets as I want. Now that I have achieved my goal of getting the Lunar Spellbook unlocked, I'm going to go back to Vedion and sit there for ages until I get myself the Ring of the Gods and enough bones to get 70 prayer. This is going to get me a massive amount of Herblore secondaries and Renars, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. It might be a 1000 Vedion kills or Ring of the Gods kind of situation, who knows. But all of that will have to wait until next episode. Here are the stats and time played from the start of the episode to the end. Got a massive amount of stats this episode. Went up by 56 total levels, which is fairly big at this stage in the account. I managed to get over 600 boss KC between Barrows, Wildy bosses, and Zulrah as well, which is the most KC in an episode so far. If this episode doesn't deserve a like for all the effort, then I don't know what does. But with 100 collection log slots achieved, 100 quest points obtained, and a new spellbook unlocked, you can see that this episode was really packed. So get ready for next episode, where we really start to farm Calvarian for its drops and potentially the other wilderness bosses at the same time. But with that, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next episode.